Hello Gold Farmers, welcome to another Go Trying video. Do you want to learn how to make decks like these? Well, I'll teach you how to do that. And it is a pretty cheap method, and it does take a little bit of time, so you have to be a little bit of have a little bit of patience with it. But for the most part, it is pretty good. I have sold a couple of these decks in the past. I sold some fairly recently, not like too recently, but fairly recently. So today I'm going to teach you guys how I make these decks without even touching a single herb to mill down and all of that. You know, I don't even touch an inscriptionist. I just literally get on my mage, who is a tailor and enchanter, and I get the cards and I just turn them into decks. So you all might be wondering how I get all of these cards, or how I got all of them. Well, it's pretty simple actually. You just head over to the auction house, go to inscription, and you look for cheap cards. So this one's going for 3 gold. Normally I'd buy these out. You know, I'd buy these out as well, even at the 34 gold per unit one, because the return rate is really high. You know, a lot of people don't know about that. So I usually don't go any higher than 50 gold per unit, just because once you start getting into the couple hundred gold per unit, then that's when things start getting a little messy and you're losing a lot more profit. There are only a couple of cards I buy. So for example, I don't buy the Ace of Iron cards. I won't buy the Seven of Serpents card. You know, I don't buy those cards. The only cards I buy are these ones right here. It's the Lunacy, Storms, Portals, Warlords, Beasts, Blessings, Elements, and even the Furies. So if you're wanting to learn how to make a lot of gold, then this is definitely the way to go. Once I get close to completing a whole deck, then I will check the auction house. So for example, like this one here, I'll check the auction house for Blessings 4. And even if it's a couple of K, I'll still buy it because I know the return rate is going to be nice. So let's see here. There aren't any up, unfortunately. I say that because I'm going to get rid of all of these cards. I'm kind of done messing with it, and it's not because it's bad or anything. It's just a big headache. You know, it can be a big headache for sure, but I know there's a lot of people out there that like headaches like that and love that type of gold making. I know it'll take a minute before you guys can get started and going, but it is a pretty good method of making gold. Considering these decks actually sell for about 40k per unit if I can find them again. Yeah, so actually that one's, yeah, it's about 35k, and this one is about 38k. So I am selling them a bit cheaper than usual, but that's because there's no competition and there is no like, I don't have to worry about really undercutting anybody because there's no competition. So keep that in mind as well. These decks do sell very slowly. That's another reason why I posted them so cheap, is because if somebody comes by and sees them, either they might flip them or they may buy them for themselves and use them. You may be wondering why people buy these, but I believe they have transmog, so it's a transmog thing. Trying to remember, you have to have the Darkmoon Faire before you can use them, so it's probably best to do it during the Darkmoon Faire. That's when people are going to look for them the most, which Darkmoon Faire hasn't started yet, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, so there is that. Outside of that, there's really not much else you can do outside of waiting, checking the auction house every now and again, and just saving up those cards. So hope this guide helps somebody. I know it was a pretty nice time for me when I actually started doing it. But for the most part, I'm getting rid of them. I need to open up the inventory space for my stockpile, and I just need to start saving up for that. Anyways, guys, if you haven't checked out my Patreon page yet, please go do that. The first tier is to support me. The second tier is exclusive content, which for those who support me, I'm probably going to throw in some exclusive content anyways. I'm not 100% sure about that yet, but the third tier is me personally teaching you and coming up with plans on how you can make gold, enough gold to hopefully get the WoW token in a month. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day.